My aunt wouldn't stop commenting on my body. She didn't expect me to humiliate her in front of the entire family. I, 23F, have an aunt who genuinely believes my body is community property. Every holiday, every birthday, every barbecue. Without fail, she'd find a way to comment on my appearance. If I gained a few pounds, sweetie, maybe skip dessert tonight. If I lost weight, don't lose too much. Men like curves. If I wore leggings, those only look good on skinny girls. If I wore a hoodie, trying to hide something, I couldn't win. The crazy part? She never said a single word to my brother, who practically lived on pizza and energy drinks. Apparently, women's bodies are public discussion topics while men's aren't. My parents always told me the same thing. That's just how she is. Don't make a scene. So I kept my mouth shut. For years. Until my cousin Emily's engagement party. Almost 50 family members were there. The food was amazing. Everyone was catching up. Kids were running around the backyard. It was honestly a nice evening. I was wearing a fitted navy blue dress that came down to my knees. It wasn't revealing. It just happened to fit my body. I felt confident. Big mistake. The second Aunt Susan saw me, she looked me up and down. Oh, I already knew what was coming. That dress is a little tight, don't you think? I smiled politely. I like it. She laughed. Confidence is good. She leaned closer. But let's not confuse confidence with denial. A few relatives exchanged awkward looks. I pretended I hadn't heard her. About 20 minutes later, everyone was eating dinner outside. I went to grab a brownie. Before I could take a bite. There she goes. Aunt Susan said it loud enough for everyone to hear. That's exactly why those dresses stopped fitting. The entire table went quiet. My cousin actually whispered, "Oh my God." I slowly put my plate down. I had spent years biting my tongue. Not this time. I smiled. Aunt Susan. She smirked. Yes. Can I ask you something? Of course. You've been married 3 times, right? The smile disappeared from her face. What? You've been married 3 times. She frowned. What does that have to do with anything? I shrugged. I'm just trying to understand your logic. Silence. You spend a lot of time telling me my body determines my worth. So I figured relationships must work the same way. She looked completely confused. I continued. If being thin and looking ladylike is what keeps a man. I paused. Why did all 3 husbands leave? The backyard went completely silent. Someone actually dropped their fork. Amanda, my mom whispered. But I wasn't finished. You've spent years telling me no man would want me if I gained weight. I looked her straight in the eye. And yet you've always been thin. So maybe it isn't about the woman's body. It's about the man's character. Her face turned bright red. How dare you speak to me like that? I shrugged. I'm just using your own logic. You've spent years acting like women are responsible for men's choices. I don't think that's true. I picked up my brownie. My boyfriend has loved me whether I was 10 pounds lighter or 10 pounds heavier. He doesn't monitor what's on my plate. He doesn't make comments about my body. He loves me because I'm me. I smiled sweetly. Maybe the problem was never your body, Aunt Susan. Maybe you just kept marrying bad men. You could have heard a pin drop. Even my uncle looked like he wanted to disappear. Then my grandfather quietly laughed. It started as one little chuckle. Then my cousin started laughing. Even my dad, who had spent years telling me to ignore her, covered his mouth to hide a smile. Aunt Susan looked around, realized no one was defending her, grabbed her purse, and stormed out.